But yeah, I just thought I'd come on here real quickly and kind of talk about something that's kind of been on my mind since yesterday. I watched Dalyxman's review, and I was also following what he had to say about Bound for Glory last night on Twitter. And one thing that he said in his review, and one thing he said about it on Twitter, well, he basically said the same thing on Twitter, and then I could say he repeated it in his review, was Impact Wrestling was kind of sloppy last night with the productions. Now, we're not asking for perfection from Impact, and they did have some production problems a little bit at Slammiversary. Not obviously from what Alex is saying, not as noticeable or anything. But it was like it was just enough to where people, when they're critiquing the show, could notice. So obviously, you probably ask yourself, why was the production so bad? Why was the camera angles or the camera shots off the way they were, especially during certain matches where they didn't need to be? And I think it's all depending on the venue. You see, the venue that Impact used, Anthem Sports and Impact used last night was the Melrose Ballroom in Queens, New York. Now, anybody that knows wrestling knows that the Melrose Ballroom is mostly used for MLW. There are other wrestling promotions that have used it. Promotions besides MLW, I think what is it? ROH, I think, has used it. Who else has used it? House of Hardcore, Wrestle Pro, I think. Several others. Big Time Wrestling, the East Coast interpretation. Several others have used it. And if you compare MLWs to what Impact's had, MLW probably wins out overall as far as production goes. As far as production goes, especially last night. But I can understand why production may have been a little off. You see, when I asked Dalyxman a question during one of his Q&As, he was cool with the fact that Impact was going in this direction to where they were going to smaller venues and holding their events there. And his reasoning, and this is a very legit reasoning, is they want to they're rebuilding the brand, and thus they're rebuilding the trust in their fans. And that the more they do that, the more they rebuild the brand, the more they rebuild the trust, the better the chances they are of going to bigger venues. Which is true. Which is very true. But honestly, I think, last night, when you look at the Melrose Ballroom, yes, it's a great venue. And obviously, if you want the truth, it looks like they had to use the ring from MLW. Looks like they used the ring from MLW. All they did was replace the ring apron and the ring mat. But yeah, as far as the event itself goes, it definitely exceeded expectations in the eyes of a majority of fans. Some fans not so much. Like I say, some fans not so much. Some fans mostly yes. It exceeded expectations. But again, Impact Wrestling is the only wrestling brand right now that is currently currently on a national network. That's seen by a majority of a lot of people. Not saying MLW doesn't have that, but the network they're on isn't seen by a lot of people because the cable company I have, Comcast Xfinity, dropped it due to a disagreement or something, but hopefully they get it back. Like I said, hopefully they get it back. But yeah, truth is, was the Melrose Ballroom probably the best, venue to do Impact, to do Bound for Glory in these upcoming tapings? Well, if they get the production under control, get the production corrected for these upcoming tapings, then I say yes. Yes, it is. MLW has proven that that's the case. But if they don't, then perhaps they need to reevaluate how they're going to do things. I mean, they're going back to the fairgrounds, to the Asylum in January for the next pay-per-view Homecoming. That there is probably a better venue to go to Like I said, that's probably a better venue to go to and be part of and have an event in than, let's say, the Melrose Ballroom. Not saying there's nothing against it, as long as you know where the camera angles are at, you know how to set up the cameras, the production and everything, so you get a decent show filmed. A decent, to above decent, if not very good show filmed. So, yeah, was production off a little bit? During certain matches, yes, because I think what happened is they didn't, I'm thinking somebody didn't let them know how production works there, or how to set up the cameras in certain areas during certain spots. So, yeah, I'd say it was a little off. So, yeah, I would probably say that if they didn't know where to set up the cameras to get the best shots, then yeah, I would say it was a little off. But really, that's all I could say on it. You know, so let me know what you guys think. But did the venue basically hurt the production value for an event like Bound for Glory? Well, if you don't look at those production values and all that, and you kind of extract them from the overall enjoyment of the event, then no. But if you add them in, then yeah. I think the location, the venue, and not knowing exactly how to set up cameras in the areas they need to be set up in, and probably not getting advice or calling up information, you know, talking to people of MLW and stuff, then yeah, it did kind of hurt it. But, you know, maybe production value, again, maybe they'll be able to fix that problem going into the taping starting tonight and throughout the rest of the week. But let me know what you guys think down below. Comment if you like. I got to get back from my break. And I am out. God bless. Peace.